In previous videos, we created a paint program in Snap. Now we can use the paint program to create an animated coloring book. In the paint program, we can shift between we can select different colors. So once we select a color, we can shift to a paint mode, and in the paint mode, we can draw and switch back and forth between color selection and drawing. I'm going to clear the screen, and we can also use this coloring capability to import a costume, and in this case I've imported a crab that I'm going to move over to the center of the screen. And now that I have the crab, I can select an appropriate color and then use that to paint. Now I'm going to start out with a nice red color, and I'm going to use the shade control to make that more of a pink rather than red. When it's all the way up one way, it's completely red, and then as I change the shade, it grows lighter and lighter. So let's go over here, and I can sort of fill in the outline. Although if I increase the pen size, I may be able to do this a little bit more quickly. I can also go to the full screen mode, and that also will let me see the outline of the crab. I'm not trying to do this perfectly because I just want a little splash of color on the inside of the crab shell, but it doesn't have to be perfect. So let's increase the size of the pen so it can fill in more quickly the interior. There, I'm pretty happy with that. Now that I've done that, I'm going to move the crab out of the way, and I'll export the crab shell as a scalable vector graphic file, and it will appear in my download folder. I should mention that for the scalable vector graphic option to work, you have to have in settings log pen vectors enabled. So now that I've done that, I've exported the costume as an SVG file. I'm going to clear the paint program because I'm going to bring that crab shell that I've exported as an SVG file, and I'm going to create a new sprite, and this new sprite will be the sprite that I assign the costume to. So I'm going to bring this back over, and I will make it just a little bit bigger. If I go to the looks command, the looks command palette, I can drag over the change size option, and that's getting pretty close to what I want. Maybe one more click, make it just a little bit bigger, and now it fills in the inside of the shell fairly nicely, just to give me a splash of color. Now in order to get the two together, I have to group them, and if I go down to the sprite corral just below the stage, I can grab that sprite, and when it's being grouped with the outline, you get this sort of double outline around the shell, and at that point the two are grouped together and they'll move as one. Once I've done that, I can go to the crab scripts, and I can do several things with the motion commands. I want to show the primitives here, and for example, if I just move 10 steps, the crab will move back and forth, or I could move minus 10 steps and it will move back the other way like this. And I can do the same with turning. I can turn it a little, but then if I duplicate that and I go back the other way, it'll go rock backwards. And if I put the two together with a slight delay in between them, and I'm going to wait about a 20th of a second, that's about 0.05 seconds. Let me just 0.05. Then I'll duplicate that, and now I have a little bit of a rocking motion that this will give me, like that. And I can combine that with a move command so that it rocks and sort of moves across the screen. So I'll drop that into a repeat loop and repeat a certain number of times. And let's say repeat 5, and then my crab will go walking across the screen. So you can create a whole constellation of sea creatures in a beach scene or an aquarium scene and color them, and then create an animated coloring book.